Okay, before dedication, first I will talk a little bit on this sadhana. Today my internet's not working.
For the text. Put the text on.
Okay, so here in the text, it said, with the body of the sevenfold posture of a concentration. This one, basically, I think pretty much everyone knows this is called the seven posture of Buddha Vajrayogini. It's the same. And generally in the Sudra tradition, I can say in the Sudra tradition, this is called the essential point of the body. Why it's called the essential point of the body is because when our mind want to meditate, physically body's support is important. So there's certain way you have to learn how to sit. By learning how to sit, actually bring your mind some degree of concentration or meditation. So this is called the seven posture of Buddha Vajrayogini. There's one story in India. One area, there some Buddhist monk live in the forest meditating. When they're meditating in the forest, and those area, there's also in the forest also lots of monkey, and those monkey really delighted of seeing those forest monks who meditating. So they bring everyday fruit to the monk, so that way those monks don't have to worry about the food. The monkey bring all the fruit. But after a while, like many years later, all those monks who are in the forest meditating, they achieve the Mahaparinirvana, which is mean the common language is called they are dead. Okay, they all gone. When they all gone, and nearby there are some Hindu, or I think that time maybe don't call Hindu, whatever. I mean non-Buddhism practitioner, they have their own posture. So they said, this is a really nice place, and also those monkeys are really helpful for bringing food, so that don't have to worry. So they moved there. When those non-Buddhist practitioners, they move there, and they sit their posture. They have their own posture. If you see that, so when they sit in their own posture, and those monkeys not really pleased seeing that one, so they start bringing the fruit. And those non-Buddhist practitioners said, okay, maybe we sit like those monks, how they sit, posture. So they started sitting like meditation posture without any kind of a meditation technique mentally, but physically they sit as a meditation posture of only their really main reason is just hoping to get some fruit. So that way they sit as a meditation posture. But because of they sit a long time in that posture, when they died, they're born in the what called the form realm. God realm, form God realm. They achieve some really high degree of samadhi. So that is showing us even you mentally, you don't know the technique of how to meditate, absorption, even learning how to sit, a posture about the meditation, it will help you to bring into the mind, into the state of the meditation. So that reason, physically, body learning how to do seven posture. So seven posture is basically leg cross or Vajra posture. Normally, left leg is a bent inside, and right leg is a bent from the outside. So that's called the leg Vajra posture. Then spine is a straight, is a spine straight, is a, like they said, spine straight like a, you know, coin stuck, really straight. So spine is actually from the tailbone to until to the head have to be really straight. So that's called the spine straight. Then the shoulder is a more open, it's like chest more open. So that way it actually helpful for the spine straight. And hand meditation posture at the forefinger below navel. And eye in the shamatha meditation is called the eye gaze, one yoke distance, not far, because when you eyes gaze at the one yoke distance, you pretty much not see that much you know, material. So that way when your eyes see less, you have a less conceptual, you know. So it is helpful because wherever eye goes in our this monkey mind is a really what call this, have a really bad habit of following to the wherever eye gaze. So that way conception come too much. So in the shamatha meditation, eye gaze to the one yoke distance, or if it's go to naturally close, just close, and lip and tongue, I mean the teeth slightly open, and the tongue as a tip of the tongue is a touch to the above the what call this, a roof of your palate, yeah. So this is called the seven posture of Buddha Vajrayaginis. I think why it's called the seven posture of Buddha Vajrayaginis, because I think Vajrayana is the one of the five Buddha family, and that five Buddha family is called the enlightened body, speech, mind, quality, and activities. Embodiment of all the enlightened body as a manifest as a Buddha Vajrayana. Embodiment of all the enlightened speech as a manifest as a Buddha Amitabha. Embodiment of all the enlightened mind is a manifest as a Buddha Akshobhya. What called embodiment of all the Buddha's quality as a manifest as a Buddha Rana Sambhava, and embodiment of all the Buddha's activity as a manifest as a Buddha Amagasiddhi. So Akshobhya as a embodiment of all the Buddha. So that way, by learning how to sit, but physically, not posture, will generate cause of reaching to the enlightened body. That way this is why it's called the seven posture of Buddha Vajrayana. So this is have to do. Buddha Vajrayana is not a specific way that Buddha Vajrayana's posture is not. It's all the enlightened posture of the body. So all the enlightened bodies, manifestation of the body is the embodiment of all the enlightened body is the Buddha Vajrayana. That way it's called the, I think, seven posture of the Buddha Vajrayana. So this is actually help our mind. Why? Because our mind and the body function together. How they function together is our body is full of nerve. Okay, it's pretty much. I mean, our body is full of the nerve, and many of those nerve as flow the air in the nerve. They are not blood. You know, we may think all the nerve have a blood. Every nerve doesn't have a blood. So a lot of those nerve are flew the air in the nerve. Wherever air flew, our consciousness have access. Okay, so look, you see the able body is a cut. It's called the dead body because of the cut of the air, what called circulation, and you can remove without the pain. Yeah, it's called the dead body. Yeah. So why is called the dead body? Because air flow is not more there. When air flow is no more there, it cannot be stay fresh. So the reason body channel. So then in the channel as a air flow, yeah, circulation of air. move the air. So that move the air, wherever air move, our consciousness have access. So that way, body channel air and the mind work together. So long as we have the air, we will survive. You know, long as we have the air, we will survive. But the day we couldn't produce the air, then it's called the death. So that is it, that way. This body, whatever goes to the body, mind can feel. Okay, whatever goes to the mind, whatever feels the feeling of the mind, body react. Like for example, smiley or tears. When mind is sad, body immediately produce the tears. You don't need to ask the body to produce the tears. It naturally comes. When the mind is really happy, and body like naturally smile. Yeah. So those are reaction of minds. How mind feel, body react that way. Same way, how body feel, mind react that way. So the reason physical support is important for the meditation. So that way here it said the sevenfold posture of a consultations. So it helped to the consultations by this sevenfold posture. This is the main reason is that one. In the Vajrayana, main practice is what we're doing is we try to bring to all the wind element to the central channel. So learning how to sit the seven posture, the wind channel bring to the central channel, like a lake cross Vajra, Vajra cross lake. It's called overcome by force of a downward wind. It means that they overpower the downward wind to block by Vajra posture and force to the central channel. Like when water is blocked from somewhere, it forced to go to somewhere else. Yeah. So that way, when there's a way, way to go to the wind, normally when it block, then you have to go somewhere else. So that way, Vajra posture to block the downward wind. So it helps us to forcefully, downward wind to bring to the central channel. Then it helps to the wind in the central channel comprehend. Yeah, can say comprehend. Like is maintained there. It's kind of like a hold there because
Concentrated.
No, it's a wind because sometimes our wind get into the central channel, but it cannot hold there because wind have not much space to move around. So that way they come out.
Contain.
So it's contain is comprehended or maintained in that place with the wind element by spine straight. This is according to the Pamudruba. And the right hand, hand meditation posture is called the water wind. This is a water wind. It's called the vitalizing wind. Vitalizing wind is basically at the heart. You know that we call the life force wind. It's the same. This is the vitalizing wind as a bring into the central channel by hand meditation posture, and neck slightly toward, bent a little bit toward, as a it's called the in the Pamudruba, the Vajrayana, sometimes in the Pamudruba also use this one. It's called the fire wind. Actually, fire wind is like fire. When fire is blazing, it's go up. Yeah. So it's called the upward wind, which means like we speaking, breathing, that kind of wind. And those all wind is a force to bring into the central channel by neck slightly bent in the forward. And eye and gazing through the nostril, and tongue touching to the palate. And it brings the strengthening wind element in the central channel. It builds the strength, because when wind have a strength, it helps to channel have knot, yeah. Knot is a unbend, open the knot with the strength. So that way, those two are help to the strengthening the wind element in the central channels. Then in the Pamodrupa also add two called the generation stage and the completion stage. Those two, generation stage and the completion stage, have help to we have experience of the bliss, emptiness, and bliss, luminosity, and non-conceptual experience called the desemindo from the samadhi as meditation. Then this shoulder open is actually help have a less stress. Lots of people have this called in Tibetan we call the wind disease. In the I think Western culture is called the psychiatric problem. Yeah. Yeah, there's some people who can see things, hearing things. Those are psychiatric problem or stress disease that is all related to the wind disease. So they're saying when you open chest, you will have that less. I think that's true. When people are really sad or some kind of like depressed, and they just go like this, yeah. So when you open chest, it get actually you can feel immediately feel like release some tension release. You can feel that when you have a really stressful, just open the chest, So that way I said, Pamodrupa said, become less wind disease. Then like teeth and lips not really touching, a little bit. Have to help us to hold the vital essence. So this main reason is called is the Pamodrupa they use as a nine posture of what called consultations, because there's a normal seven posture. On the normal seven posture, he add two called the generation stage and the completion stage. So Lord Pamodrupa use those nine posture are kind of support of the called consultation. Yeah. So that this reason why we have to do this, we have to learn this seven posture or nine posture of the consultation is the main reason is it in the Sutra tradition it brings to the mind to the meditation state. In the Tantric tradition, it brings the wind element to the central channel. So why we have to bring to the wind element in the central channel is in the Vajrayogini they said when a wind element is stay outside of the central channel, then it become an afflicted wind. It means that we will have afflicted emotion. Okay, when wind element is our wind elements get into the central channel, then we are free from afflicted emotions. That's called the wisdom wind. So then that wisdom wind is when strength is build strength, become more powerful, and it open all the knot of the central channel. Then there's a 30 some knots, 35 or 37, one of those, I don't remember exactly. So the final knot open the final one, I mean, first get the wind element into the central channel, and same as in the Sutra tradition called the reaching to the first bhumi. Then when final knot is open, it's the same as a Sutra is called the achieve the Buddhahood. So once you get to the wind element in the central channel by straining and opening all the knot of the central channel to one day completely open, then your mind totally complete Dharmakaya, achieve the Dharmakaya without the hindrance. So that is that reason. So earlier I said sometimes our actually wind element go to the central channel is actually baby when conceived in the womb, from there to until the body completely develop, full body develop in the womb, actually wind elements stay in the central channel. Then when body is fully developed, then all the elements is kind of starting the moving, functioning. Then central channel have no space to move around the wind. That way it come out. Then it's becoming what called afflicted wind. So that way, and forcefully, we have to put effort to bring all the wind element to in the central channel. So this is in Vajrayana is mainly is all the kind of controlling the wind. Wind is an important part of the, actually, more we can control the wind, less use, our lifespan also get longer. Because we have a, we have a limited number of wind element, like oxygen. You have a, some areas said when there's no outside oxygen, then in the house they have some what called them, some number of oxygen, yeah, and they said how long you will be there. After that, then your oxygen will be over. Yeah. So similarly, we have the limitation of the oxygen. When we're using that too much, and it causes us to shorter our life. So one is a reason is also it helps us to long life, and another one is also by controlling the wind element, and we can control all our actually other elements. Then of course this when it get into the central channel, then we would reach to the called the nirvana. So I think all we do this 7 posture of Buddha Bharajana, or in the Phamodroma use as a 9 posture of the concentration. And one thing is that, two things is it, deity yoga practice is always called the union. Yeah, yoga means the union. So it is also it's called the union of the generation stage and completion stage. So like in the beginning of the deity, there's a mantra. Like here you see the page 4, there's called the Om Subhaushita Sarvadhamma Subhaushita. Lots of people said this is just a meditation on the emptiness. Actually, Pao Tsultrim, he said, he said, this is actually completion stage. Actually, completion stage is a start from here. So that way, within this emptiness, then you manifest, and that way this is called the union is there. Appearing and empty are inseparable. Make sense? Then that is in the generation stage. In the completion stage, there's a 2, with a sign and without sign. With a sign means like a recitation of a mantra, meditating on the wind channel, bindu, that kind of all that, like 6 yoga narobas, those exercise is called the completion stage with a sign. Completion stage with a sign, even like a mantra reciting, you still need some degree of to mindfulness or some degree of concentration on the deity's form too. Even you're mainly concentrating on the mantra, but still you have to remember your image of the deity. I mean, the body of the deity, clumsily. You have to remember. So that way there is a union both, generation and completion. Then now is a harder is a like we have dissolution. All the outer universe dissolved to the sentient being dissolved to the mandala dissolved to the deity, all the deity dissolved to the main principal deity, and principle dissolved to the light and dissolved to the seed syllable. Then seed syllable melt from the bottom to dissolve on the top. And the top there is called the nada. That nada is becoming really small. But so even that's become invisible, still you need some kind of some kind of a luminosity from that. So with that luminosity and emptiness, those two are inseparable. I think that is what maybe you can look here. One. So here I said, in the page 16, look. In short, the appearance aspect of my mind is the illusion, like a form of deity, and the emptiness aspect is the luminosity, dharmakaya nature. So this is to both, illusion of form and emptiness as a dharmakaya. So this is a both, this empty aspect and luminosity have to be union with that. So that is called the union of the general state and completion stage. Even the completion stage without the sign still need the luminosity of the mind. Without the luminosity of the mind, you become a darkness. And if you don't have the luminosity of the mind, even in the signless of the completion stage, then you become a formless realm. So formless realm is born from there, misunderstood of that kind of completion stage. Or there's nothing, or there's nothing like a space, nothing like a mind, or there's nothing. So that's a name of the form. You look the name, according to the name, they have that kind of conceptual.
So what's the characteristics of the formless realm?
There's no characteristic on the formless realm.
Well, what would be the reason for you?
The reason is they're born there because of the misunderstood of the view. They think emptiness is like space without the luminosity.
Okay, so what makes the formless realm bad?
Because once you're born there, you will burn all those merit, and when it burn out completely, it will exhaust it. Then one day, when your merit is completely exhausted, you will fall down.
You stay there a long time, right?
It will stay a long time, but you have no awareness. Like you are, what called?
Comatose.
You are completely knocked out.
Comatose.
I don't know what that word.
Means like being in a coma.
Okay, just coma here. Just use that one, easy to understand. So that way, what I'm saying is, even at the silence completion stage, still need luminosity, awareness. Yeah. So that way, even in that stage, still there is those two union. Make sense? So okay, so that is my thought of today's I want to share. And I think we have some maybe question here. we are supposed to use the meat and alcohol in the chalk offering. Do we avoid it? In the chalk offering, there's called the 5 meat and 5 nectar. Those 5 meat are unedible meat, horse meat. You know, also this beef is in India, people not eat. The beef, human flesh, dog flesh, elephant flesh. If you can eat them, yes, use that one. You know, don't use the meat as something that you can eat, yeah? Edible. And the 5 nectar, there's no alcohol in the 5 nectar. If you look the 5 nectar, urine, feces, blood, and those, you know, normally people try to avoid them. Yeah, so something that is like, you know, California, they have a machine. They switch water, yeah, water from the switch water. They clean and make that drinkable. Similarly, those meat and you know, liquid, you can transform them to impure to pure, and without the problem. If you can drink, I mean, if you're crazy, you may drink that one. I'm not talking about the crazy one. A normal person, if you have still you can drink, then maybe you can use them, you know. So that is called a mahasiddha. They can transform those 5 meat as a 5, you know, a nectar. Make sense? Then yes, you can use. If you cannot do that one, then, you know, don't pretend like you are something. So that way, don't use. Why not use? Because if you use the meat, Vajrayogini Rinpoche said this one. If you use the meat, Buddha and Bodhisattva will not come to accept your offering. Why? Because for the Buddha and Bodhisattva, when you offering to the meat, it's like a mother feeding to the mother of her own child. No matter how much she hungry, she couldn't eat that one. Make sense? So that way Buddha and Bodhisattva will not come around there. Who will come? Evil spirit. Then you become a devil's worshiper. If you do or anything, they will not come. Okay, so I don't use actually, you know, alcohol and meat, not necessary use. So in my understanding, it's better not use unless you are really truly mahasiddha, not the imagination of mahasiddha. Okay, we all imagination mahasiddha. You know, we think we are mahasiddha. We think we are really highly accomplished. That's our imagination. It's okay, live with that. That's make you feel good. It doesn't matter. But when it comes to the reality, unless you really have the high realization like a mahasiddha, don't use them. This is not really helpful for you. Not going to help for you. The people may think, oh, those are really make me more, bring to a more benefit for me. It's not going to bring anything. You are become devil's advocate. Yeah, it's called the devil's advocate.
Yeah, devil's advocate usually means when you're
Yeah.
arguing.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so you're feeding them, making them stronger. Okay, so I can say no using meat and alcohol. And some Lama said yes, use, and they enjoy with that when they talk. So that's up to them. I cannot say about them anything because I don't know who they are. And until Buddha, unless I'm Buddha, nobody know who but I know myself. Make sense? So people like me shouldn't use alcohol and the meat for the, so at least at the talk offering. If you want to drink alcohol, then don't excuses with the talk. Just drink. You know. If there's a one can be, please have a text of the Dana chakra. Okay, that please will be paid. Okay, I try to go through this. It was okay, can text for the Ganachaga. Okay, now it's everybody is asking Ganachaga. We just got a Kumlum dream practice. I think so. I have questions. I don't think like that. We have to receive it. I don't know. Actually, someone told me even we practice with the other people who have who already have that transmission. When you practice together, when other one is a read, you can receive transmission too from there too. Not just only oral transmission, just giving. So just hearing from that, sometimes you can receive too. So someone, I don't remember exactly, someone told me. So I don't know, but it's if you want to receive, it's just officially ask them and get that one's good. Visualize the glow of the deity, body, luminous, dharmakaya. And during the generation stage, we visualize in the glow of a deity. What does glow of a deity mean? Body, luminous, dharmakaya. I'm not sure you can use as a luminous dharmakaya, but in the 5 characteristic of the generation stage, one is called the empty by nature. So it's you have to visualize like rainbow-like body, not a solid body. So you can use as a luminosity dharmakaya or whatever, but it have to be a rainbow-like body. Thank you. There is a lot of confusion on the samaya substance. Yeah, samaya substance. Samaya substance is basically saying it's like a, okay, for example, monks supposed to be not allowed to eat the dinner. But when you do the Gana Chakra offering, you have to take a little bit. Even you're not eating dinner, because it's called the samaya substance. So samaya substance means that whatever substance using for the ritual, and you have to receive that as a blessings. So that's all the samaya. So it's not only talking about the meat and alcohol. Yes. Katanga, there's 3 kind of a form of skull. Is that have a meaning? So those 3 skull are the symbol of the 3 kayas. Actually, as I think I saw one of the Chakra Sambhava, Vajrayogini's sadhana commentary said, if you look that carefully, I couldn't memorize the detail, but Katanga have complete Chakra Sambhava mandala. So all the raping is like a Chena ground, and then they have a Vajra cross, Vajra as a Vajra foundation, and there's a 3 head as a symbolized as a 3 kaya, Nimna kaya, Sambhoga kaya, and Dharma kaya. And there's so Kadanka is a one complete of Chakra Sambhava as a mandala. So I think especially those 3 heads are symbolized as a 3 kaya of the, in Latin, 3 kayas. What should I do if words of visualization appear animal? For example, little fear of a reptile. What I mean? Then when I visualize the appearance like a automatic, but rather after visualizing, as I tell David or Tara, just take the good offering for my offering story. Sorry, but I don't understand this. What should I do if when a visualization appears animal? For example, a little fear of a reptile, then when I visualize it, it appears like a automatic. But after a fear visualization, I tell David, Tara, just take the good offering of my offering. Sorry. Can you understand? Can you help me?
Not at all.
Could you read it again? Did you say reptile?
Yeah, something like that. Okay, I don't know. This story is not really I understand, but yes, I can.
Khenpo,
Yeah.
I think I got the first part. I think she means that her visualization, he or she means that her visualization suddenly turned into an animal. For example, like, yeah, kind of like that.
Okay, okay. In India, when Nagarjuna was in the South India, there was one old man came, and he was a caretaker of the buffalo caretaker, old man. So Nagarjuna wanted to teach him the meditation. So Nagarjuna said, sit down and concentrate on me. So when Nagarjuna, the old man tried to meditate the Nagarjuna, he couldn't. He said, Master, I cannot concentrate on you. And Nagarjuna asked, what happened? He said, I only see the buffalo. Because his life with the buffalo all time. Only he have easy to remember is a buffalo. Then Nagarjuna said, okay, then you meditate on the buffalo. Then we say meditation has become so precise on the buffalo. Then slowly he teach how to transform buffalo to Nagarjuna. So maybe something like that. Yeah, I mean, our mind have really in a habit. Those habits really come easily. You know, so that way it happened, but you have to learn that transform to the back to the, you know. Also, and you can think as all the appearance as a part of the deity. You know, no matter what appearance, tree, you know, house, car, anything is a form, whatever form appearance, you think they are the part of the deity's form, you know, inseparable. So I think that will help.
Khenpo?
Yeah.
Maybe Nana can speak for him or herself, but because she also mentioned that she's afraid of reptiles, and this is why she's asking, I think, and this is also why she is speaking to the deity Tara to take an offering.
So she have a fear of the reptiles, and reptiles come to her mind.
Yes, this is what I understand from it.
Of course, it will come to your mind, you know. Fear is when we think too much, fear comes. Even Miller ever had that one. So because he was in the retreat, in the cave, so he thought, oh, there's a cave, have a rock, have a crack. Maybe some demon come out from that. So then suddenly demon came out after a little while.
You know, a lot of some belief is that reptiles are evil, but
what is a reptile?
Reptile is like a lizard, a snake, a frog, those kinds of scaly animals. Lizards, snakes, frogs, those are all reptiles.
Oh.
So I guess if there's something about her state of mind, or something about the way she's doing the practice, or something like that that's causing it to happen.
But in Buddhism, is the reptile evil? I personally don't think that it's evil, and I don't see where it's evil in the practice.
Evil is in us. When you like that person, that is the that most handsome and most wonderful person. Then one day you become a dislike, then that person become evil to you. So it's all our mind created. So I don't know which one is evil.
I can't speak for the person, but if it were me asking the question, I would be wondering, why is this happening during my practice?
I think, practice is why those happen is in the practice, when you relax the mind, all you are really familiar, those all comes. Whatever you think all time. You know, when you're busy talking to or doing things, then because you don't have time to think. So that way they not come easily. But when meditating, those come easily. So that way you have to think as that they are sentient beings. They have a Buddha nature. They are not evil. You have to train your mind, try to see their good side. So when you try to see their good side, beauty, and your fears go away. One thing is, two things, you don't have any more like a hatred, because when we say they are evil, that is our hatred. So I think we have to change ourselves, then they will change. If we try to change them, they'll never have enough time to do those. So live long the reptile, work with your mind. People who have a mental illness have a demon. There's such things as demons. You don't blame to someone else, all the problem, Problem is inside. So mental illness is maybe sometimes it's because of the uneven of the balance of the elements. It can happen. When our element is losing the balance, physically get sick, mentally it may be mental ill. So that is that's that way we have to see the doctor. Then doctor can help us to those bring to the balance the elements. Really, as a medicine is for that.
But don't Tibetans and Tibetan Buddhists sometimes believe that you can be possessed by a hungry ghost, like you to have active ill?
It's possible. It's possible. But everything is. I don't think so. We can blame on the demon for I don't think so. That's right to do that way. Because that is our habit. We always think somewhere else come. My problem is created by that person. Because in my life, I have all those miserable because of this and that and that. We never said, oh, I couldn't do this and I'm not good enough or whatever. Sometimes we never accept our own failure. And we always blame to someone else. So I really don't know. It possibly sometime, but those, spirit, why they harm you? You did something. If you don't do anything, if you leave them alone, they will not do anything to you. Lots of time it's like when you do the construction and you do destroy things, then they become upset. Why? Because you destroy their place. You destroy their peace. Like snake, they sleep in, no problem. If you step on them, they will bite you. They not come after you hunting you. They only bite you into the life. All the animal like that. Some animal, they come hunting for the food, okay? Other than that, most of the time they attack you because they feel threatening. So that way, sometimes it can happen that the evil spirit can harm us because we did something. Maybe we destroyed their home. Maybe we make dirty their place unknowingly. So you have to learn how to make the torma, peacemaking torma on that.
Khenpo,
Yeah.
you mentioned about the air, and I found that when we don't breathe properly, we feel a lot of anxiety, and it builds up, and then we face tension, and we're not able to think well, let alone meditate.
I think so. So that's our balance is losing. Okay, maybe he feeling quietly after offering her fear of the reptile. So said to Mother Tara, for only take offering the good, not the offering fear of reptile, cause offering of living things.
Khenpo is guilty. Maybe she's feeling guilty after offering.
She offering reptile to the Mother Tara? So she should have a compassion to the reptile and devotion to the Tara, and then work, I think. Yeah. First offering flower, but then reptile like a lizard come out. Lizard is not pure. Then I scare because we should not offering that not pure offering. I will get bad karma. I still have to be offering. And I don't know if that is your imagination comes and taking, or physically actually lizard comes. If lizard is in your imagination, lizard come and taking, then maybe you think as that lizard is the Tara. Tara come a form of lizard to take your offering. Then in your mandala, you're offering to the Tara. So I think I can't say that much. If a really physically lizard is coming, then just put the better what call this? Jali. Huh?
What?
The winter
Insulation?
the insulation, and also what call this? Yes, screen. Better screen that can protect from the lizard. Yeah, I mean they're good animal until we disturb them.
I would say if you're afraid of snakes or lizards, go find snakes and lizards and hang out. Just be friends.
It could be
Image emanation. So if that is only your mind is feeling like a lizard come to eating, then I think best way is to think as a lizard. Tara is a come form of the lizard to taking my offering. Yeah. So just think as a that is the Tara. Tara is a come form of the lizard. Because if you think, oh, lizard is bad, it's taking my offering, and your anxiety come out, then your conceptual is increasing, and you have a more and more felt guilty about oh this and that, and you have no time to meditate. Your mind is really so too distracting is not good. So just whatever comes, in the Vajrayogini we said you have to learn called the Vajra body. What is the Vajra body mean? That every single appearance are inseparable of the deity. Whatever appearance in front of you, including that your loved one and enemies. Everyone you have to see as a deity. So when everyone, it means the lizard too, yeah, reptile too. So you just visualize that they are Tara or Buddha and Bodhisattva come form of these animals and taking my offering. So I appreciate. I thanks. So then one day, one is your feel of what called the worry is go away, and second is your fear of fear. Yeah, fear is a go away. Then I mean slowly, lizard will become Tara. Then you will see Tara, because right now our mind is always worrying this and that. So that way, whatever our mind is familiar, that is come first. So that way, just don't try to remove that one. Don't try to, fix that one. Just make that one as a Tara. Whatever appearance in your eyes, in your front of you, or in imagination, in your mind. So that is what that's called the Vajra body. In the Vajrayogini, it's called you need the Samaya. You have to keep the Samaya. Samaya means that you have to transform to the three ordinary to the three Vajras. So ordinary body means that including to the reptiles. That's ordinary. Transform to the deity's form. Ordinary mean that all the sound, good or bad, whatever mundane sound, including the birds singing, animals, really scary sound, whatever sound, transform to the mantra. Try to hear them as a mantra. Then we have lots of thought, good, bad, yeah, many kind of thought. I mean, always not good, but thought as an emptiness. That is how transform into from the three ordinary to the three Vajra. So why cannot do that one with the laser? So that way, I don't think so. You don't need to worry too much on that. Just try to see. Just try to imagine. Oh, this laser is the Tara. This whatever. I mean, whatever name. I'm not good with those naming, but whatever comes. Even you feel like unpleasant, them say, oh, their Tara manifests as a form of that one, and come to accept my offering. I think that's okay. If possible, please do share the Gana Chakra text. I think Miss Ellen will do that one. Most good are also emanation of Tara. I can't say that one, but don't let them to suck lots of your blood, because you may get to the what called the dengue disease. So,
Dengue fever?
Yeah, dengue fever or those things. So you can say they are Tara. Yes, of course, every sentient being have a Buddha nature. So why not? If human beings are inseparable of Tara, why cannot be those mosquitoes are not inseparable of Tara? Because we all share the same nature. So that way, yes. But some people also have this kind of a too extreme imagination. They said, oh, then when mosquito come, they biting you, sucking your blood. Said, oh, I'm offering to the Tara. They let them come, but it's just danger for you. You have to be careful, because it can be caused by the blood disease. So be careful with that. But you can think as them as a Tara. It's no problem. Every sentient being are Tara, including mosquito. Mosquito? Yeah. Mosquito. Reptile, lion, tiger, even the hell beings, no different than Tara. All share the same nature. So it can see. So that way, if can, see that true nature, those really have been, they don't have a differential of the mini water and the urine. So they can use those urine as a, like water, drink. That's called the transform. We have a huge difference from those two. So, okay, thank you, everyone. I think we should stop here. Time is over.
Khenpo, can I ask one question, please?
Yes.
That's because of the COVID now, there are a lot of prayers which kind of pray that we, destroy all the COVID, all the viruses and all.
Yeah.
Correct. So now the question from me is that are they also, because of this conversation about that everything is an emanation of Tara? So I remember you saying something that we should actually not do that, because it means that we are actually the nature of destroy, the nature is the nature of killing. So how, when we participate in a prayer like that, when the verses go like, to destroy all that, we visualize that all the balls comes to you and then eat up all the virus. So how do you do that to transform into a good thing?
You mean that killing the virus is not good?
Well, I mean, if we visualize that, I remember you saying something like transforming that we should learn to live in harmony with the viruses.
Yeah.
I mean, not your exact words, but that's how I remember it to be. You see, that we should live in harmony with all things, all living things, all sentient beings.
Yes, we have to live harmonious with all sentient beings. It it doesn't mean that we don't have to build a boundary.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to build a boundary. It helps us to live the harmonious. You look at the zoo, because they have all boundary. They never fight. They live really harmoniously. They really live peacefully. And all the people, everyone can go to in the zoo, look around, without the worry or without the harm. So that way, even we live harmonious, it doesn't mean that we always be let be whatever. Just we can build a separation, because when you don't separate those, it never become harmonious. Yeah. Now when so when you put all those together, then all the eruption comes. When you put them separately, then become really peaceful. So that way, I don't think so. It's just like a feeding all the. So this one is actually also in the Bodhisattva's practice said, don't feed a body to the unnecessary one. Don't give body or material anything to the impure recipients. So virus is impure recipients. You don't want to give your body to the impure recipients.
Okay.
Yeah, so because they really don't need to eat our body, because of their nature, it's eating, destroying.
And they're not sentient.
And I really don't know they are truly sentient being or not. I don't think so. This is just a virus, So I really don't know they are sentient being or not. Even they are sentient beings, certain things you don't want to give them.
Doesn't that go back to what you were just saying, when you disturb the environment? When you disturb the environment, and then the virus.
I mean, we can say this all problem is created by the human. You cannot blame to anyone, the virus itself. We create that one. Make sense? We create.
Yes, makes sense.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that we have to take everything or whatever those bad things coming to us. Coming.
Okay,
So I think that is we don't go too far.
But
even Bodhisattva have to be limited.
I understand that we should not be taking it, but do we have the right to think of killing it?
I'm not sure it's called a killing, because I don't know, they are really, I mean, if you have this, also this is, you have to see this way. Actually, our worst enemy is our body, okay? There are no worse enemy than our own body. But this body have a great benefit. With this body, we can have great benefit. That reason we have to long-term, for the purpose of the long-term benefit, you have to protect this body. So you cannot exchange for temporary benefit to long-term benefit. Make sense? If your body is really not useful, you're not doing anything for good to anyone, including yourself, then just feed the virus. It's okay. If you can do something purpose good, from this body, then it should protect, actually. So that way, so truth is, I really don't know the virus really need eat our body or not. Make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, so if they really need, like animal who hungry, if they not eat, they die, then maybe yes, but they are not really like sentient being, living being who are rely on the food and live that way. I don't think so. We cannot go to too extreme like that. So also this one, in the Buddha said, when you look in the water, normally we said drink water without the animals, but when you look in water, cannot use arhat eyes. If you use the arhat eyes, you will not going to find any water without the virus or kind of insect. You're not going to find water whatsoever. There's no insect Insect, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So if human eye not see any bugs or any beings in the water, then you can drink that one. So, because if we try to go too detailed, then they have no chance to survive. Every food you will see those insects. You couldn't eat any of them. Every water have a insect.
Or parasites, maybe parasites or
Yeah,
bacteria.
bacteria, whatever. You're not going to find anything that it can eat, anything that you can drink, if you use as arhat eyes. So in the Vinaya said, when a monk examining water whether there's an insect or not, is don't use arhat eyes. Specifically said Buddha, use a human eyes, because arhat eyes can see so subtle, and that is a cause to that monks not going to find water whatsoever anywhere. Then they have to die with thirsty. So that way Buddha even said, even those arhat, you don't use the arhat sense to examine the water. So that way, I think if we go to too detail like that, you will not going to find food and drink. Don't worry about the virus go to eat you. You're going to die before virus kill you. So I think we don't want to go to too detail on like that. Make sense? Yeah.
Okay.
So don't become a too extreme Bodhisattva, okay?
Trying to be a little good. Okay.
Extreme Bodhisattva.
Extremist pose.
Extremist Bodhisattva. Okay, I think we have some. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Have good Sunday, rest of the day. Enjoy your weekend and happy. Today is 4th of July, yeah?
Independence.
Wow, we need to sing.
Thank you so much, Khenpo.
Okay, thank you so much. Happy Independence Day. We should grateful. Some of us have independence. Some of us have a freedom. Some of us have this opportunity to do whatever we want. Because a lot of players, they don't have that one. Some are financially not capable. Some are politically cannot do. Lots of area, lack of freedom, want to do what we want, So when we have a chance, don't waste that chance, because this chance not come often. This kind of chance, what we have is never come often, It's not easy to find. So we have to be grateful with our freedom, with our opportunity, with our whatever we have right now. So I think with a grateful day and hope, Chanchu sim joy Rinpoche je banai je joy ye boy nyam boy mem boy Kone kondo pe wai shoy dada konde time je tu sundo sabada yebe jeve savan dada sije danje nyundo lana memba yanda ba zobe janju rembo je toba joji